Hello, Raiders fans. It's Heidi Fang here, and I've got the latest for you on all of the Raiders' moves as the new league year opened on Wednesday. The Raiders finalized plans to release quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo and wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. Now joining us to talk about it is Vegas Nation beat writer Vinny Bonsignore. Vinny, what do these moves mean for the Raiders?
You could say that they were for salary cap purposes, and they are. The Raiders will be getting about $20 million in cap space. It could be a little bit more if they designate these as June 1st transactions, but immediately it's $19 million or so in cap space. No one was going to trade for or take on Hunter Renfrow for $11 million next season. He'll hit the open market and find, I'm sure, available suitors, just not at $11 million per season. Jimmy Garoppolo, a little bit of a different situation. The Raiders, first of all, don't have to pay him his $11.25 million salary. Why? When it was guaranteed at signing last March? Well, he violated the NFL's policy on PED use, so it voids that part of the deal. They also get out from under an $11.25 million roster bonus that was set to be guaranteed on March 17th. All in all, the Raiders end up with about $12 million in cap space if it's not designated as a June 1st move. If it is designated as a June 1st move, they get $24 million in cap space. However, keep in mind, any move for June 1st, there's a hold on that cap space until June 1st, which is basically when free agency is over. And oh, by the way, you split the hard cap hit from this year to next year rather than just absorbing it in one season. So there's complications to doing these as June 1st considerations. We'll see what direction the Raiders take. But first and foremost, most importantly, neither Hunter Renfrow or Jimmy Garoppolo will be on the Raiders next year.
Earlier this week, offensive tackle Jermaine Illuminor went on to sign with the New York Giants. Do you think the priority now for the Raiders is to look and secure another offensive tackle now that they have some cap space?
Well, we know that Jermaine Illuminor, like you said, is no longer with the Raiders. He's with the New York Giants. So that opens up an immediate hole at right tackle. It's a deep tackle draft, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders went in that direction. You still got Thayer Munford on the roster, and he played pretty well when he got on the field the last couple of years. He's a third going into his third year from Ohio State. So the Raiders could be completely okay with starting the year with Thayer Munford as their right tackle. But there are some free agent considerations. Jonah Williams from the Cincinnati Bengals comes to mind. He might be a possibility. We'll see what direction they take at tackle, and certainly at right guard too. It doesn't look like Greg Van Roten, at least as of right now, is coming back. So if he's not returning, then the Raiders have a whole right guard as well.
Vinny, you mentioned depth at tackle in the NFL draft. Pro days are underway, and as of Wednesday, offensive line coach James Craig ran drills with Oklahoma offensive tackle Tyler Guyton, who's projected to be a first-round pick. How much should we read into the visits that the Raiders are making?
Yeah, the Raiders have been all over the map in terms of the pro days. They were up at Oregon. They were at Oklahoma. They're at Georgia. All three of those teams, especially the Oklahoma and Georgia's, have promising offensive tackles. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise if the Raiders used the 13th pick on a tackle prospect. They could also go cornerback if they're not using it to move up to go get the quarterback. There's also starting caliber cornerbacks and tackles, for that matter, and guards. If you want to throw that position in there deeper in the draft. I'm talking about the second and third round. This is a really deep draft for interior offensive linemen and tackles.
There you have it from Vinny Bonsignore. Keep up with all the latest Raiders moves on VegasNation.com. We'll have you covered with fast takes and smart coverage as it all happens. For Vinny Bonsignore, I'm Heidi Fang. Thank you for watching.